Are you working on a side project or you just have something that has to get done? The evening can be a tough time to be productive, and especially if that's not your normal working hours. So let's get into some ways that you can make this easier on yourself and get that stuff done that you want to do. So let's get into it. Hey, I'm Adam with the Productivity Academy, and let's get into talking about how we can make ourselves more productive in the evening. Right now, I want to get some of the obvious stuff, or hopefully obvious stuff, out of the way up front. The hacks or tips aren't going to help much if you're not taking care of like the base foundation. And for this, I would consider that to be making sure that you're getting enough sleep, that you're eating well, and getting some exercise. Okay, if you're not doing those things, focus there first. Those will have the biggest effect on your overall productivity, your health, your mental health, everything. And then you can use some of this other stuff to kind of help you get this done. So with that out of the way, the big thing I will say is take a break before diving in. Again, I'm assuming you're not normally an evening work person. If you're coming home from a full day's work, go ahead, have dinner, see the family, do whatever it is you need to do to take care of yourself and cover those bases we just talked about, whether that's health, exercise, some rest, whatever that might be. But then after you've done that, take a break, a short break, and go do something else and clear your head. So you could go for a short 5 to 10 minute walk. You could read a chapter of a book. Just relax and start to switch those gears, but give yourself that kind of transition period. Don't just do a hard switch. Okay, so secondly, if you have a dedicated work spot, then that's great. If not, see what you can do to do that. That may just be positioning yourself differently if you work from home, a different room if possible, having a little desk just for this task. Myself, I have a little tiny desk I got off of Craigslist, and all it holds is my laptop. And when I really want to do some focused writing online, that's what I do is I go and sit. It's 5 feet away and it's just right there, but that way there's less distractions. I'm not using it for anything else, and it really helps me mentally get into that flow. So if you can have a dedicated workspace, even if it's just repositioning what you already have, that can really help you. And make sure again that there's fewer distractions if possible. And speaking of distractions, if you're around others, let them know you'll be focusing, okay? And that you would appreciate their help in keeping distractions down. If it's family, this might be easier or harder depending on how your family operates. If it's roommates, again, there's a lot of interpersonal stuff here. Do what you can do with your specific situation. If nothing else, maybe just putting on some headphones and, closing a door might be the best you can do. But again, if you have hopefully some good people you live with or around, then you can ask them, hey, could you help me out by, maybe not having band practice for the next hour or something like that. Let's see. The third thing I would want to say is you want to have a set start and end point. This will help you, right? This is kind of like setting goals as far as like a SMART goal. This is something you can measure. It's specific, and mentally this will let you know, I'm not going to work on this till 2 a.m. Again, you want to make sure that you're preparing future you to be able to do this again. And if you work all night and you're, exhausted and you burn out, then you've only got the work done from that one night. So we're not talking about how to pull all-nighters here. We're talking about how to work on things in the evening, and assuming you're probably going to be doing this for a long period of time. So you really don't want to burn out. So give yourself a realistic start and end point. And maybe that's an hour, maybe that's 90 minutes, 2 hours, whatever that might be. But if you can, set an alarm, set a reminder, and stop when you get to that point or wrap things up, okay? I have a couple tips on how to wrap up as well. So fourth, if possible, set a routine around this. Okay, we talked about this being probably something you're going to do multiple times. So make it the same day or days of the week if possible. And again, the same times. Habits really help. Okay, it's going to get you into that mode of like, oh, it's Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. This is when I normally go do this. Okay, I'm there. I'm sitting down at my, dedicated little work desk, and having that pattern, that habit really starts to help over time. Okay, last but not least, when starting, break down what you want to get done into small actionable tasks that can be done during the time you've set aside. So I realized that maybe if you're working on a side project, this may be something where you're not actually able to get the main task done that you want to get, whatever, it's a feature, it's an article you're writing, whatever it might be, but set the task for that time period to be something you can get done. So let's say you're writing a big article, you only have an hour and you can't get it done, then what's like a sub task that you could get done? Maybe it's outlining the article and beginning to write. Maybe it's doing an edit and thinking of some images you want to put in there, whatever it is. Give yourself some things you can do, right? Mentally, it's really nice to be able to check it off and be like, cool, I am making progress. And included in this, something else I would really recommend is to, at the end, when you're wrapping things up, whether the timer goes off, you look at the clock and see it's time to shut down, is to write down some notes digitally, physically, whatever you want to do about what you did during this time period. This can be really helpful, not only so you can see the progress you're making, but also so that you can keep track of what actually was done. So when you come back to do this again, if it's a week, if it's a few days, you're like, okay, boom, I did that right. I did the article revision. Now I need to get the images and the links, blah, 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 whatever it is you're doing. And you really shorten that re-engagement time so that you're not spending 20, 30 minutes like, okay, what did I do? Where am I at? What is it I need to get done? So just taking literally 30 seconds a minute, writing up what you did, maybe what the next steps are, can help you get back to work faster and kind of keep you on track so you're not getting all scattered. So if you put this stuff to work, I think this will really help you work more productively in the evening. If you have any questions, comments, or additional things you find helpful, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.